In this video, we are going to be doing more multiplication of polynomials, except this time it's a little bit of an extension of the distributive property. We are going to multiply polynomials that have two terms with another polynomial that also has two terms. So doing this method, we use something called FOIL to help multiply something like 3x plus 5 times 2x plus 7. Basically what we're doing in these problems today is we are distributing twice. The acronym FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. So I'll kind of explain what that means with number 1. So if I'm taking 3x plus 5 times 2x plus 7, my rule says multiply the first terms together. So what that means is take 3x and multiply it to the 2x, because that is the first term in the first expression and the first term in the second expression. So 3x times 2x gives you a 6, x to the second. Don't forget, exponent of 1 and 1. Remember, you add the exponents, so 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so that is our first. Outer means I'm going to multiply the 3x to the outer term in the second expression, which is 7. All right, so 3x times 7 is a 21x. Okay. Inner, I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to take 5 and multiply it to the inner term here, which is 2x. So 5 times 2x is a 10x. Last, I'm going to take the last term, which is 5, and multiply it to the last term here, which is 7. 5 times 7 is 35. Okay, so I have first, outer, inner, last. Basically, we are distributing twice. Look at, if you think about it, we took 3x and we distributed it to 2x, and we took 3x and distributed it to 7. Then we took 5 and distributed it to the 2x. We took 5 and also distributed it to the 7. Once you are done, when you FOIL here, you always have one more step, and that's to combine some like terms. So if you look, I have a 6x to the second, and in the middle, you should have some like terms. So I have a 21x plus a 10x. So I get 6x to the second plus 21 plus 10 is 31x. Bring down that plus 35. Okay, let's do a couple more examples. All right, and number 2, okay? Again, think of it as you're distributing twice. Let's start with the 2x. First, 2x times 9x. That is an 18, x to the second. Again, x to the first times x to the first gives you an x to the second. Then I'm going to take 2x and distribute it again. Or, in our case, we had first, outer, so this is the O for the FOIL. 2x times 1 is a positive 2x. I comes next, which is inner, or you can think of it, we're done with the 2x, I'm going to move on to negative 3, and I'm going to distribute it to every term in the second parenthesis. Negative 3 times 9 is a negative 27x. My last terms to get multiplied is a negative 3 times 1, which is a negative 3. Okay, so we took 2x and we multiplied it to the 9x and the 1. Then we took negative 3 and multiplied it to the 9x and the 1. There are those like terms in the middle to combine. So I have an 18x to the second. 2x minus 27x is a negative 25x. Bring down that minus 3. And there's my final answer. Okay. All right, let's do 2 more together. Make sure we're okay with it. All right, number 3, I'm going to multiply 4x plus 5 times 4x minus 5. So I'm going to start with the first 4x, and I'm going to distribute it to 4x. So again, if you need to put those 1s in there, you can. 4x times 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. X times x is x to the second. So 4x times 4x is 16x to the second. Then I'm going to distribute 4x times a minus 5. 4x times minus 5 is negative 20x. Okay, so I've distributed the 4x. Now I'm going to move inside and distribute the 5. 5 times 4x is a positive 20x. And 5 times negative 5 is a negative 25. So I did first, outer, inner, last. Okay, in the middle, I've always got like terms I need to combine. Well, here I have a negative 20x plus 20x. Okay, so that does not become 40x. It does not cancel and become x. They totally cancel. Negative 20 and a positive 20 totally cancel. You actually don't have any x's left in the middle here. So your final answer is a 16x to the second minus 25. Okay. And our last example here, I have a 7x minus 2 times a 3x minus 4. So I'm going to start with the 7x and distribute that to the 3x. So 7 times 3 is 21. X to the first times x to the first is x to the second. So 7x times 3x is a 21x squared. And I'm going to take 7x and distribute it to negative 4. And I get a negative 28x. All right. In the middle, I'm going to distribute be careful, a negative 2. So negative 2 times 3x is a negative 6x. And negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive, a positive 8. All right, so be careful there. Okay. All right, so I have a 21x to the second. I have a negative 28x and a negative 6x. I'm going to bring down my 21x to the second. All right, a negative 28 minus 6, just be careful there, that becomes a negative 34x. Negative 28 plus negative 6 is negative 34. And I'm going to bring down that positive 8. Okay. All right, so this was your tutorial on multiplying polynomials by FOIL, which again, what we said is you're really distributing twice.